Today I'm going to show you 3 chords that every beginner guitarist should know, learn, become accustomed to. It's in most of our, modern Western music, you know what I mean? So if you're just not picking up guitar, you want some steady chords to learn, not too challenging, not too hard. This is what I recommend, okay? So the hardest chord that we're going to play today is going to be a C, okay? And the C chord is performed with your first finger on the second string of the first fret. And I don't know how much of a beginner is watching, but if you do not know, the first square is the first fret. So squares are called frets, right? So this first square is a fret, second fret, third fret, and the dots appear on odd numbers. So it skips 1. 3 has a dot, 5 has a dot, 7 has a dot, 9 has a dot, and it skips 11 and goes straight to 12 for the octave, right? But I'm assuming that most people who's watching the video know what a fret is, so I can actually tell them how to play the chord. Anyways, first finger, second fret, or first finger, first fret, second string. Second finger is going to be on the second fret, but it's going to be on the 4th string, which is the D string. And the third finger is going to be on the 5th string on the 3rd fret. And the fingers, don't pay attention to my pinky. My pinky it has a habit of sitting right underneath my ring finger, and that's just with me. It's not with everybody, but just don't mind it. It's just going to be there. It's not pressing any strings. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. Okay. So you're going to strum out 1 to 5 strings. So your thumb, once you learn the chord properly, the thumb should come over and mute the E string. But for now, just try to aim for the 5 strings. And, it'll sound shitty good. It should ring out no matter what kind of guitar you have, right? You should get a full audio ring to every note. That end note, that's muted. Something is causing it to not ring out. So probably either your hand, the under part of your hand is muting the bottom string, or one of these fingers are laying down more than they should, and it's causing it to mute strings, right? So make sure you have a firm grip on the guitar neck. And a good advice is to make sure you're playing the strings when you press down. They are as close as they can be to the metal of the fret, right? So first fret, say your finger's playing in first fret, you want to lay down the string as close as you can to the metal, because then you'll get friction against the metal, causing it to have more pressure, causing it to be easier to press down, ring out, sound good. If you're far back, you might have some buzz out problems, which could sound like this. Right, you heard maybe that one didn't sound right. It buzzed out. Just scoot it a little forward, get it nice and tight with that metal. It should ring out just fine, okay? The next chord, strum that out a couple. The next chord is going to be way easier, okay? Next chord you're going to play is you're going to keep the same shape that you have with your hand. The only thing you're going to do is you're going to take your ring finger, lift it up, and place it on the string that's directly underneath your middle finger, and that's going to look like this. Okay, so what I did was when I moved my finger to the middle finger, I made room. When I did this movement, I made room, so I scooted over. I made room, So you still want to play as close as you can to the metal with both fingers, but you still got to make a little bit of room, right? If I were to not make room, my finger's kind of sitting over on the metal. It's not on the second fret, so I got to scoot over just a little bit so I can fit both those in there. And just like the C chord, you're going to play, you're going to mute the E, and you're going to play 5 strings, right? So together, it's going to look like this, right? So C, and the 2 fingers that aren't moving in this chord transition is called pivot fingers. They're pivot fingers because they don't move in the next chord transition. They don't have to move at all. It's way easier for your brain to remember that you don't have to move them. It's going to be hard at first. When you're first learning, you're going to end up picking up everything, which is fine. But as you play, you're going to learn that it's a lot easier just to snap to it. You know, don't pick up anything, even though it's okay as a beginner to do that. Right. The next chord, which is going to be the third chord, and it's going to allow you to perform chord progressions, patterns, create your own sort of rhythms, you know, and it's going to be an E minor. So C, A minor, it's an A minor, C, A minor, right, and then the E minor is quite like an A minor, except you're going to take away your first finger. So the first finger that has been pivoting for these two chords, this one right here, you're now gonna take away, right? And these two fingers that are left playing are going to both come up a string each on the same fret that they're on. It's gonna look like that, right? So it was like this. You took away the first finger, you picked up the two, and now you're gonna strum all 6 strings, all 6 of them. You're finally getting that E in there. Okay? And all in all, it should sound like this. Okay? So take those 3 chords, do whatever you want with them, change them up. It can be anything you want. You know, you can stay in C. You're just learning, so play the chord for as long as you want. The chord, and it don't have to be 3 chords. So you can play and practice the C. Right? Maybe you want to finally change it up. You want to try to get your fingers to act a little more different. So you're going to just add something. You know, you're gonna just want to. Maybe you want to pause out. Think about your movements, slow down the tempo. And when you're finally comfortable, you can just add that third, finally. Right? Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want more videos like this, I'm happy to show anybody how to play a couple chords, you know. Take it easy.